Good day, everyone. You're welcome to another section of Elizabeth Mix Diary. I'm so excited to join you guys today, and the reason is because I have a very special edition for my Nigerian people, my Naija people. This one are for you guys. So you know what? I was actually contemplating if I wanted to speak in English or if I should speak in Pidgin English. So you know what? I haven't decided which one to choose, so I might actually go both ways or have a combination of both in one video, or I might actually have two videos, one in Pidgin English and one in English. So I really want to speak Pidgin because it has been 15 years I left Nigeria, and you know, when you leave Nigeria, people don't really want to talk Pidgin English like that. All of them want to phone. But as I did talk Pidgin like this, it's just a sweet my belly, right? So I'm actually continuing with the flow, or actually I might have a combination of both, or I might switch. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about something very juicy and very important, and that is things I wish I knew before I left Nigeria or before I left Naija. The things where I wish they told me. You know, when you don't leave Nigeria like that, you know, families and friends, especially if you tell some friends, sometimes your friends don't even know, just your few family members know about it, and they put things together, then you just go like that. And for me, I actually left when I was a teenager. It was like putting me in front of a battlefield, because I was to expect. I had a lot of expectations, but I didn't know what was going on the other side of the world. I actually proud to live in home. I've traveled to other countries, but not leaving home, knowing the fact that you don't even know when they go back, or even if you could go back and stuff like that. So things I wish I knew before they put me in front of that battlefield. And that battlefield is leaving another country or going to another country. But those of you that want Jakpa, Jakpa means gold. Those of you that want to leave Nigeria very soon to come to the States, the UK, or whatever country you want to go to, there are important things that I want you guys to know about. These are very important things, and I wish somebody or some people sat me down and talked to me about this. Number one is the importance of support system. When I talk about, or when I say the importance of support system, it means that your social connection, your family connection, or family support, social support, these things are very, very vital. They're important. I cannot actually overemphasize how important they are, but I'm just gonna let you guys know that if you won't come off on Naija, if you get family and friends, where we say you guys be 5 and 6, even the ones where we say really they close to, but they always stay there for you, and you're always there for them. Whatever it is, just keep their contact. No, don't have this mentality that, okay, no, waiting, I don't come off on Naija, I'm not the Naija anymore. So because of that, I'll lose their number, I'll lose their connection, because we don't date the same level anymore. No, don't be like that, because a time is gonna come, and it will come. Trust me, time will come that those numbers and those people you actually think you wouldn't need, or they are not important, those family members that you actually look down on, you actually need them. And trust me, you'll be looking for the number and you'll be looking for the contact when the time comes. So trust me, the importance of family support, even your extended family, your cousins and stuff like that, just keep their numbers, keep their contact. I understand that when you move overseas, it's always very difficult, to call them due to time difference, the cost and things like that. But think of a social media, Facebook and things like that. A lot of us decide not to have Facebook because of, for example, my case was I used to have a lot of anxiety, especially when I lost my elder sister, when they called me on the phone that she's late. Because of that, it made me, when it comes to cell phone, when my phone started ringing, it actually automatically gives me anxiety, and it puts me into a panic attack, to the point that I left social media, I left a lot of things, but I'm slowly coming back to it and stuff like that. So people will decide, so when they come like when they leave Nigeria, they don't want to continue with social media or whatever, but just try to have the contact numbers and phone numbers and emails of people that are your support back home. Do not lose them because of the fact that you're leaving Nigeria to a better country, to America, to wherever, Canada, wherever. That doesn't mean that you should lose the number. And I'm gonna tell you should lose that contact, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. There will be emergencies, there will be cases where you need those people. And trust me, it will be much easier for you to ask for their assistance if you keep connection with them compared to if you lose their number and contact, talk to them for 5 years, 10 years, and the 11th year suddenly you need their assistance. I mean, are you cool? Even open your mouth, even ask them, So that is why, even though it's not always so easy, especially people that come to also, or people that come for to study medical school, whatever it is, then also keep in touch with them. But once in a while, just keep in touch, call them, let them know you value their friendship, you value them as family, or as cause, as whatever it is, you value them, and let them know that you're still there. When they're calling, asking you for money or whatever, just try to explain that money no there yet though, but I did it for you. How the song go? Money don't show nah. I don't save some for you. Okay, go so rara. Anyway, so when they're asking you for things like that and you can afford it at the time where they ask, you just tell them they should hold on until things get better. But don't take the frustration of people trying to ask you for things and you just decide to lose their contact and stuff like that. Trust me, you need people. You need people. You need people. I wish someone sat me down to tell me the importance of family support and social support, because after some years when I started growing up, then I started seeing the value. So I beg, please don't be like me or other Nigerian people will be say once they leave home and that is it, they delete and they what else, they remove numbers and fashy, right? I just forget everybody. Please don't be like that. Okay, so number 2 thing I wish I knew before I left Nigeria, and the importance of making copies of important documents. Now I will use myself as example again. Like around, I think 3 years ago, I got an offer. It is a managerial position offer to go up. I'm a registered nurse. They wanted to give an offer to to be a nursing manager, whatever it was. But not the same hospital where I done the work or where I done day for a long time. And they asked me, say, make I get my result from GSS1, GSS2, all the way to SS3. He thinks I can get those copy after how many years? Almost 10 plus years that they asked me for that document. And they actually put a time frame to when they need that document. I had to provide it within 2 months, or they have to give the position to someone else. Anyways, now me, when we say the extra copy of Junior WAEC and NECO, where I don't keep, I came as a student. I don't give this one, give that one, give that one. I don't even get any copy from my end. And going back to number 1, the social support. Then I had to call people. I beg, help me go this my high school, my junior high school, whatever. Go help me look for this result. By the time everybody ran around this and that, the offer don't go, and I missed that position. But luckily, the offer came again after a few years that I apply again and I get it. But the thing is, imagine something as important as that, losing the position like that because of the fact that you made the mistake of not making extra copies. So trust me, if possible, I even have a friend where we say a primary school certificate from primary 1 to primary 6, GSS 1 to SS3, so on and so forth. She kept extra copies. And when I'm talking about extra copies, I'm talking about making original copies, making sure that keeping original copies and doing extra copies. And these extra copies, they have to be notarized by a notary public or a justice of peace. just to make sure it did legal and it did bind or whatever they call them. I beg, make sure you keep all those documents, and not only bring down Yankee or come overseas with you. Try to keep extra copies with your people with the Naija. So that means that you save some with your mom where they live for maybe Lagos. You save some with your brother where they live Abuja. Try to have at least 3 extra places where you save this document. Apart from with you, come with at least 10 more, if possible, more than 10. Of course, it will cost you money at that time, but you know, when you migrate or when you come another country or go another country, you know, that easy. So Kukuma just spend all the money one time rather than come here and you can't move like chicken when you get head by the time you need those documents, and before you know, you could miss offers and stuff like that. So I wish I knew the importance of making extra copies of documents and keeping extra copies with myself and also with family members back home. It is very important, because by the time you go to those institutions and those schools to get original copies, you go sweat, and you where you did Yankee shit, now you go run around. I mean, there are people that will run around for you, but they also have things that they have to do. So that's number 2 things I wish I knew before I left Nigeria. Number 3 thing where I wish say I know now, the importance of health insurance and life insurance. I can, according to research, it shows that only 5% of immigrants move to other countries, especially the US and Canada, and apply for life and health insurance. So that means that the remaining 98%, waiting happen to them. We just come here just trying to live our life, you know. Oh, life is in God's hand, you know. We sleep, we wake up, we don't know waiting what happen again. You know, it's good to have faith, but at the same time, it's good to be wise, right? So I didn't know the importance of this until I got sick, and my own like just something we recently happened last year, January, around 25th be today. Anyways, so around this time last year, I did okay. February, I did okay. March, April, I did okay. Until around June, July, I come to fall sick, and suddenly my health just declined. And good thing for me, because I've been nurse, and they have to force you, make you get health insurance and make you get medical insurance and stuff like that. And at that time, you know, because my job forced me to have, you know, they say I willingly apply, right? Because every month they would charge you, they would take out the own pay, you know, to cover the cost. Anyways, because I get this insurance, it actually helped me, because I had to do like 2 invasive surgeries. Invasive means surgery will be say they take time. It take time, and like life and death. So imagine where I do 2 back to back. My family back home had to contribute. I even had to open a GoFundMe account and stuff like that. Now imagine if I don't get that insurance, that means that up to now I was still the look for a way to pay, or I was still day hospital or something. But I just thank God that insurance, even though, you know, when the time comes for them, they give me the money or pay the hospital back, that they drag their leg, you know, when they collect your money, when it's time for them to give you back, they drag their leg. But eventually, after paperwork or no paperwork, the insurance shall help. So guys, when you come abroad, please, especially if they come with Peking, or if you won't get Peking for you, they come with your wife or with your husband, whatever, try to apply for health insurance. Even if it's only you, it is very, very important. I cannot overemphasize how important it is to have health insurance and to have life insurance. Apply. The reason is because of yourself. If you're there healthy today, and with their place with cold, and you know this all thing cold thing, it get us to do our body, right? And today they're okay, and tomorrow you don't feel they're okay. So I beg, apply for your life insurance. So when your family, if anything happens to you, your family will come to look for millions to take care of you, to make sure say they're okay and everything like that. So I beg, apply as you come here. So even if you go spend 10 years per year, I know somebody will apply for this life insurance and also health insurance. The first year, she almost won't give up. But Mama encourage her, keep paying this thing, keep paying this thing, up to the point that the second year, I don't even feel like anything. She still did pay him. And after 15 years, because we came around the same time, she get a lot of money for insurance and life insurance. They give them back the benefit. You can't say, hey, I don't even forget I get this life insurance, you know. So the thing is, you're gonna feel it the first or second year, but after that, it's gonna be easier for you and stuff like that. And if anything happens to you, your family pay for the worst, but anything can happen, right? So please, I beg you, could get insurance, your life insurance as you come, as you move overseas, and even you can have either bank or your insurance company back in Nigeria or your own country to save your insurance and send your insurance back to them is also good. Is a good idea. But please do not come here or do not come to other countries thinking that you're just gonna live on faith that you will get sick. You will get sick. I'm not cursing you, it's just the way life is. There are a lot of unpredictable things that could happen to anyone. It could be accidents. It could be anything, you know. Just save your family the stress of running around to save your life and to send money to you and things like that. You could say, oh, I don't live there. I go hustle. Things happen. Like I said, I was completely fine around this time last year until my health declined and I had to do 2 back-to-back surgery. Things I wish I knew then is resources, looking for resources. Resources in the sense that looking for clubs, dance clubs, singing clubs, any kind of club. Now in Nigeria, the way I grew up in a compound where my neighbors were actually my friends. You know, I'm sure that this case apply to a lot of Nigerians. Where you see your neighbors, let him be your friend, let him you grow up with. The people you grow up with, let him be your friends. You know, the ones who are older than you, or the one who younger than you, or the one we be seeing at the same age. You know, and be friends and stuff like that. You know, those are the people where, as I said, be your friend. But when you move overseas, like completely different story. Your neighbors, they lock their door. It's cold outside. You won't go see any children that play outside and stuff like that. You know, so this thing we call loneliness and depression will just set in if you don't take precaution and if you don't prevent them by joining clubs and other things like that. I mean, if you're coming as a student, that is good. Make sure your classmates and friends and people at school, you keep their contact and things like that. You go to other places apart from this, your usual place that you usually go. Like, for example, if not school, they always go from morning to afternoon. Look for other places you could go for weekend and things like that. I'm not saying, oh, you should be a club guy, you should be whatever. Even if you go to clubs, it's not maybe okay, you just want to go drink or you just want to go dance or meet people, whatever. It could just be because of the social connection and to have those resources of people. I'm talking about people resources. You need people. She and the people within Naija will come help you. No, you have to have this local friends as well. And you know, when the thing of the US, they're very, very diverse in the sense that you will see people where they're from India, people where they're from Cameroon, people where they're from Kenya, different kind of people. Please try to make friends with every ethnicity and every people you can possibly make friends with. They're very important, they're very crucial. And I'm sorry to say, we Nigerian people there's something I won't talk to you, the Nigerian people, about, because I actually experienced this myself. Somebody told me, but I don't believe. You know, when I first come, people tell me about this thing, but I don't believe them until it happened to me. We Nigerian people, as we rich Yankee, or as we come up from Naija, we have this mentality, say, we know go help our brothers and sisters, especially those people who don't get papers. You automatically see the new Nigerians that are coming in as a competitor, competitor or competition. You see us as competition. Oh, where they get this one get Bali or it get Legaste. So you where you not get Legaste, you go condemn the life of the one who get Legaste hard. The things, you know, those resources where you know about egg care, you know about this or that, but all those information you hide them from the newcomers because you want them feel, you want them to cool. Oh well, during my time I went through pepper. During my time I went through a tough time. I went through a tough time, so make this newcomer make they feel too, But the thing is, say I experienced and there was an information or something I needed so bad, and this Nigerian know about it, but they don't tell me until this Cameroon person come help me. So please, I beg, we could be like our brother's keeper when we come here. Quality or no quality, legacy or no legacy. The people where you feel help, we can help them. Those people you've been there, or you've been here for many years, 20 years, you know vital information, you know your way around. And the newcomers, instead of you trying to help them, you're trying to withhold information. You want them, you won't make them go through pepper, to go through a lot of stress because you went through the same, so you don't want to make their life easy. Please, let's stop this mentality, help anybody. So back to the resources where they talk about look for resources, but if you don't look for resources where you can actually get out of your shell or get out of your apartment, go just also morning, afternoon, and night, and before you know it, depression will set in. I had a kid or somebody will say you can't also morning, night, get no social connection for overseas. They try to be loyal to your friends back home and they loyal to your family back home. No one get any friends for abroad. Even we say we be, Naija too, go party, I don't say make it a go party 24/7, but just try to go out, even at church, just look for resources where we say will make you go out more, because if you lock up, you also anyways, back to the guy case, also morning, afternoon, and night. He did it for 2 years and eventually he committed suicide. He couldn't take it anymore. Why? Loneliness and depression set in. And especially for this foreign country, depression and loneliness, trust me, it stick to the country. And so the people here, that's how they live their life. I was telling a friend about UK. Anytime I go UK, the environment just feel different. They're very gloomy, to the sense that it just always feel like I isolate myself. But when I come back to Yankee, the reason is because I've already formed a lot of social and a lot of connection here. So I'm always more free, I'm more free in the state and stuff like that. But some of us, they go country where we never been before and we never form this connection. Please try to form the connection. Don't try, no man is an island. Don't try to isolate yourself. Don't try to say, oh, I want to be loyal to my best friends back in Naija. So yeah, I know go get friends. Please don't do that, because loneliness and depression, they go set in, and before you know it, things will get worse and whatever it is. So the last thing, if you get a boyfriend or girlfriend or fiancé or person when you love you before you come off on Naija, my brothers and sisters, make sure you know lose connection with them. No feel, Nkechi, they go Yankee, I go look for you, but girl, marry. Or he can nice. Say sorry, I go look for you, but man, marry. Then you forget all those people will be say they really like you or they really love you. Then you come Yankee now, you come. But all you has to talk, right? Now I can't think so you go marry a white man or you go marry a white woman. They go show you paper. Don't think the way you need to know about these white people. Not all of them, but most of these white people, they don't really get our best interests at heart. I will give you an example. I get one friend, they say this by white man. And those white people, their own thing they say, if they want dates this, especially Nigeria or Africans like that, number one, they go look for the one where the be seen and us. We get good front and good back, we look good, right? Because that is what they after, and not because they really love them. And when we go to feel like say these people love us or whatever, when things come, they go downhill for the marriage. What think will happen? They will sue you, take all your money and everything, and they could leave you with nothing. I mean, it is the case of Cora Obidi. Thank God say she did educated. If not, the man would just drag her, because Justin Dean, look like that man would give her for anything. And another thing where they tell you now, make sure we Nigerians, they help other Nigerians with the I get one case where they say, a man, he noticed me. He just stayed to study me. He don't want to talk anything. And he not be Nigerian man. He stayed from like, I think it was Cameroon or something like that. But the man just to notice me. He just they study my behavior. Things say, okay, maybe I did proud or whatever. But he studied me for 1 year. Eventually, the man can't talk to me. He can say, okay, I don't notice if you're a good person, if you're not, if they do your job and come home. But I notice they follow white people. And I see with this particular one, I want to make it careful. Then the man come to state instances and example where he talks. So say this so-called white people, they don't really like us like that. They just, if things don't work out, they could call police for you. And if you don't get paper, they could just send you come out. Then you could notice that these people, they're revengeful. So all these things, little thing, I say, hey, now this thing I won't choke my head, my leg and my feet and my head into. I say, no, me, I know they do white person. No, I know they do that. And the thing we say, we Nigerian people, we say we go forget the boyfriend and girlfriend, we get back on with, they go treat us better. But we go settle with the white people, we say they go treat us like trash. Anyway, Shan, I cut it off with that one. Though yes, some of you know I still end up with the white man, whatever. But this one where I end up with, he be Yankee person, he be white, but the thing is, say, grow up for years. So mentality completely different from all those ones where we say they around this place. Because some of them, where they get the slave master mentality, where we say when they see this African woman, they just want to treat us anyhow. You guys make it be careful. If you get the one we like you back home, keep their number, talk to them, keep contact with them and continue a relationship, help each other, help them come here, and if you want to go back, help them go back, and make sure say they not take advantage either, because if they not say, oh, you don't make money for Yankees, they would get another person for Naija and you go think so you'll be the only one. So you just have to be careful. But if you have to choose between them, not just come here and say, hey, white woman or white man or nothing, because the case of a guy who will say he decides he not do again with this white woman, what you should do, call police, on a passport, do this, do that. Those people don't really get patient like that as me like African man when you offend, but still sit down, talk things through, to make things better, whatever it is, and move on. But these people, they don't know all of the impact. Most of the time, they just, once you offend them like that, you don't date their blacklist. And once you date that blacklist, they could make sure they take revenge and make sure you pay every single penny. They could drain you. So they be careful. If not white man, you want a white woman, be up to you. But just make sure you have all, you know all these things from like Nigeria was the importance of consulates and embassies. Now, I'm gonna use a good friend of mine that will be watching those videos as an example. Now, and I also went to Belize, and Belize is a wonderful country, beautiful country. The GDP, the economy, everything blooms, is good, whatever it is. But they don't get Nigerian embassy there. So one of my friends came to visit me. He was a student in the US at the time. So when he come visit me, before he come, he go New York. I think it was New York or Washington DC to renew his Nigerian passport. So they gave a new passport. Okay, new passport. Okay. Then the guy come visit me now, and his mentality be say, I think at that time, even up to now, I'm not really sure. For students, we get a US visa or we get a student visa. They have to renew their visa outside the US. So his mentality be say, okay, since I come visit my friend, make I use the opportunity to renew my American visa. Anyway, that was what was on his mind. Then he came to visit me, went to the US embassy, presented his what they call it, admission letter, everything. I mean, it don't come US before, so the process should be smooth, right? No. Anyways, when he got to the US embassy, they come tell and say the Nigerian passport where they issue to him for US, it was reported as a stolen passport. Hey, imagine how Nigerians, how they do, how our Nigerian government like mess up things for us. Hey, how you not go give passport, new passports, and come report the passport as a stolen passport? Anyway, this thing come the drag. My friend will just won't come, spend 2 weeks reading your visa and then go back. And I end up spending a month time they go, your friends don't go back to class, school don't start, go back. And what could have saved him, or what could have made him go back much faster, was if there was an embassy, a Nigerian embassy in Belize that was known. His only option was to go to Mexico, to go in, to go apply for another Nigerian passport, or to start the process all over. But Mexico, they were having drug problems, they were killing people and everything like that. Enough people there. And the next option had to go Naija. I wish no say that thing will happen before, will happen again. My dear, it was a lot of, there was a lot of running around. Eventually, the U.S. embassy, they can't help my friend. They call Naija and everything. Okay, why this happened? Why you not report this passport as stolen? Then God said those people intervene and help him. Assuming they don't help him, my friend was still, I trust you, maybe it was still there, it was still there, Belize right now, and go back to the U.S., whatever it was, but God just intervened and the U.S. that helped. Anyways, he gets the stolen passport status. They would just remove that. Then he was able to renew his U.S. visa and he went back. So these are things that could have been prevented if the Nigerian people never mess up, and also if there was an embassy in that country. So those of you that want to travel to other countries that are not so big, small islands, small countries, just try to make sure they have embassies and consulate, because it will help you, especially in times when any trouble or thing will happen. You can always go to the consulate, you can always go to the embassy, whatever. And if they don't have in that country, make sure they have a consulate or an embassy in the neighborhood country where we say you don't really need visa to go there. It could just be easier for you to go. Anyway, these are the 5 things I wish I knew if I left Nigeria. So there's part 2 and part 3 that will be coming up very soon. I will tell you guys how to japa. That means how to come up on Naija, for those of you who want to come up for 2023. So now stay tuned. I beg subscribe. I beg like and comment below. With that said, I'm going to see you next time. Bye-bye.